How Long Gone? We're a super nimble team. Chris Black and them jeans coming to you one-on-one. A special blessing for the real heads. A midweek, a tap-in, a Thursday.
Sometimes our guest cancels and we get sad. Sometimes our guest cancels and I get happy.
It just depends on how I'm feeling. It's a mental state.
And that's not a shot to the guest. That's all just my personal mental. You know what I mean? What I'm dealing with right now in the world.
Of course, and I know you're dealing with a lot. I mean, we're all dealing with a lot. The
new Strokes album is 28 minutes, so I guess I'm just supposed to be normal.
Is it actually 28 minutes?
Yeah, 9 songs, 28 minutes.
I'm worried the Richard Prince cover art is going to be the best thing about it.
I think it'll have 3 songs that are going to be sick.
I just don't know. Do you think this is
put a pin in that?
Okay. All right.
No, let's not. Sorry.
I think the whole point of the show is not putting a pin in things. But what is
it? Well, it sounded like you were about to talk about something, and then I'd made my little Strokes joke.
No, your Strokes.
And I didn't want to derail you. That's all.
We can get to my important stuff I'm learning on the New York Post at any point. But I think that this Strokes record feels like somebody owes money to somebody.
You mean like child support, divorce, alimony kind of thing?
Child support, divorce, and I'm not, no shade. I mean, if you got to,
you're not talking about like an Offset kind of way.
No, I'm not talking. I mean,
like I owe Binion's Horseshoe $4,800 after my streak went down.
Owing a fucking casino in Detroit $100,000 is one of the darkest things I've ever heard in my entire life. But no, I think that the Strokes, it's not looking promising to me.
Did you listen to the new song, the new single, "Going Shopping," which seems like it was that title was sort of made for my wife.
There's too much guitar. There's too much noodling. It's just noodle, which is, it's fine. It's like the MIA song. It's fine. I'm not like angered by it, but I'm never going to listen to it.
Maybe some people seem to be a little torn. They're excited about it because, it's exciting, but a little upset that is this going to be a Voids album with the Strokes logo on it?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I couldn't tell you.
Is the Strokes album void of Strokes?
I couldn't tell you because I've never heard the Voids, and most of you haven't either. So I don't know if there's anything.
Is this a long game by that viral marketing company to get us to go back and listen to Voids records to?
There's no amount of
A/B comp them like what they're doing with Sky and Charlie.
There's no amount of money you could dump into marketing to get people to listen to the Voids. I think that's something that. I think the Voids being bad is something the world sort of universally agrees on, which is shocking, but I do think it brings us together.
Yeah, and also, being able to have a pet project like that in a recession like this, good for Julian and his future wealth building. I'm sure he has a great financial planner.
I don't think Julian's affected by the global markets in the way
exactly because of his hard work and making keen investments.
The only global markets he's going to be involved in is if they raise the prices of the morning after pill. So hopefully he's good. Hopefully they keep that.
All right. Well, that's howlonggone.com is the website. I don't really know how we're gonna.
Hope they keep those prices down. Love you guys though, legends.
I was like, where are we gonna clip this episode? Oh, the episode is the clip. We're all done.
Legends. No, I was before we got on. I was reading a New York Post story.
Yeah, 6 months ago, he's like, I bought a bunch of gold, bunch of Plan B, just kind of like getting ready for whatever will happen, just kind of hedging my bet.
His cave is water and Plan B and gold bars. There's no other, not even water. Probably just
open
Budweiser.
Up the fridge. You want something to drink, babe?
Are you thirsty? I mean, the Uber's on its way, but if you're thirsty,
it's agua mineral, Plan B, and some David bars, but only the fudge ones, no milk. What? Okay,
whatever you say. Whatever you say. Oh man, I don't think people. I don't know. I mean, I guess anyone that is playing Coachella feels like they have to do something to capitalize on the moment, which I do understand from a money making.
Something beyond make a billboard or a new hoodie design. Something that's a little more. If we're going to do it, we want to really build a comprehensive 48-month strategy around this.
My favorite Coachella thing every year is that people buy Coachella merch that just says Coachella. Are you a fan of music? Are you a fan of the headliners? I'm just a fan of the music festival Coachella. When you drive around LA, we've talked about this before, but it really is fascinating. When you drive around LA, you see the Coachella sticker on the back of the car.
Nissan Leaf got that 2011 Coachella sticker.
It's unbelievable that you applied a Coachella decal to the back of your Sentra to let people know, what are you saying? You're a fan of this singular music festival in the desert? It says it says less about you than any. It's crazy to me. It really feels like a statement.
Well, I think if you're one of those people, because people will attach identities to festivals, but also Coachella's been going on for so long, they'll attach identities to separate stages and tents.
Sure.
So, like, if somebody says, like, oh, I'm a Yuma tent baddie, whatever, like, that's the indoor tent where we went and saw One Peggy Goo last year or the year before, remember, in the little rave tent. There are people who the only thing, like, that's their Burning Man, that's their Kentucky Derby, that's their whatever, like, they go and they spend all day in there. And if them and the other 14,000 people in there who are in line trying to get in, if you could find someone who's also one of those people, then you can really maybe start a new life with them or have a new best friend or whatever.
I see. So you're saying if you drill it down a little bit and you find a different, like, I'm a Sahara guy, I'm looking for my Sahara chick.
Exactly.
You could find something serious out there.
Sounds like a Nav lyric. But yeah, the Nav on the brain a lot lately for me, considering I don't listen to a single one of his songs. I couldn't name a single song of his.
Much like the Voids, I ain't ever heard Nav's voice. Bless my AirPod Max 2s.
Isn't it cool that the business of Nav just 40x's the Voids?
Nav is huge. Nav is low key huge, right?
Yeah. And he don't got to pay all those little bearded guys $350 every night for the show. You know what I mean? That's all okay, bro.
No, he's got bearded guys too. Their beards are just lined up. They're
bearded guys, but instead of saying, like, where's all the PBR, they're saying, where do I put my prayer rug to face Mecca?
Yeah, it's a totally different. Yeah, it's a totally different thing. In Nav's green room. Imagine. I wonder what that smells like. Duty free mixed with a hookah, mixed with what alcohol?
Well, I guess the real question is if Julian Casablancas smoked hookah, what flavor would he be?
Oh wow!
It's sort of on the tails of what vegetable or fruit would you be after the last episode.
Oh yeah.
We should, because they're like, we got to develop our own rose edible flavor with a curious tangerine or a squirrel tarragon jam or whatever. We need the How Long Gone, Frog Hollow Farms hashish,
Dude,
collab.
Hashish
We're
blend.
selling little bricks.
Somebody posted on Close Friends. I don't remember who.
It's a real Asian pad, bro.
I don't know who it was, but they had gotten like an email or a text from their local smoke shop saying that their flavor of vape was back in stock.
Oh,
who was that?
That was a friend of the show.
It was so fun. It killed me. I was like, damn, bro, you really do.
Because certain Zin flavors are sought after, like the mango jewel pod or whatever. So when there's a walk shortage or whatever it might, activists thought it was a drought, and then somebody somewhere in North Hollywood, a little shipment may have dropped off the truck, you feel me, that kind of thing.
Sure,
you got to put the word out like you're on HBO's The Wire.
Yeah, when the pack lands, I just didn't realize that
price of Zin's going up
because I'm so not tapped into that culture to smoke shop culture. I didn't realize that these flavors
let me be your Sherpa.
Like, I didn't know people were buying the case like they were ripping packs. Like, I didn't know it was, you know what I mean? I didn't know it was Pokemon style. You gotta buy 12 at a time if you want to have blue ice mango yellow on deck all the time.
Yeah, I'm not doing just these little 3.5s, bro. We're doing QPs at least.
I wonder how hard it is to make Zen. If Tucker Carlson can make Zen, do you think we could?
Probably, but I don't know. I would like to have a little more quality control of the product than he would, just from my culinary background.
I don't think you can speak like that about Tucker's product if you've never tried it. I think that's unfair of you.
Okay, I agree with you.
I'm not saying it's good. I've never tried it, but I'm saying who knows? Tucker could be a QC freak.
It's true.
He could. I mean, he Zens all fucking day. He's got to be trying it.
I guess you're right. Yeah, I don't know if he's doing all the lab testing results and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to care about what goes into his
I don't think he's in the test kitchen, but I think he's tucking some pouches in the lip.
Yuzu citrus? That's not bad.
Wait, hold on. Yuzu? I don't know. Hold on. I don't know if we can do all that now.
Speaking of Tucker, I remember a couple weeks ago when the guy on SNL was doing the Tucker impression, and everyone was saying he stole that from Nick Mullen from Cumtown. And I think that was the first time I've ever seen people upset or like give ownership of an impression of somebody else to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure I really stand for that. I mean, I don't know how you can be. I don't really know how you can be like, well, this like it's all coming from the same source. So I'm not sure how unless there were very particular ticks that Nick. I mean, I've never seen Nick Mullins work, but if he was adding some real sauce to it, it just doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think Nick's impression of Tucker Carlson is better, then enjoy his. But I guess, one person is on TV and one person isn't, so you get a little upset.
That's not because of the impressions. That's probably because of some other stuff.
It's not because of the impressions. That's true.
But thank you for bringing up SNL, because I was bitching in the group chat earlier. Because bro, I'm an SNL. I'm a unk. I love SNL. We talk about all the time on this podcast. I have listened to the Lorne lore for decades. I had the best of DVDs, when I was 22. But bro, I can't take
even the Chris Farley.
I had them all, bro. I told you, I've said this before, and I hate to admit it. Jimmy Fallon, best one. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
You got the Jimmy Fallon. That one, you moved it out of the SNL section, and it's right next to the Chris Cunningham and the Spike Jones DVDs. So we got to move it up a shelf.
I keep my DVD and Blu-ray collection is quite small. It's a tight edit, but those four have made it. But no, I was listening to Matt Bellany and on his pod The Town, and he was interviewing the guy who directed this new Lorne Michaels documentary. I felt like I could see Bellany's dick get hard talking about Lorne in this way that, and I used to be like that. I used to be on Chubb for Lorne lore too. But I think after all of this time and all of this information we have and all of the specials and all of the, the podcast, the blah, 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 there's nothing left to say about it. I don't think there's anything left. I think that literally it has been mined and there's nothing left to gain. The fields can't be turned over again.
All the
soil
pomegranate
is
seeds. The pomegranate seeds have no more juice to give.
Bro, the soil is barren. I'm just like, dude, this guy is a freak who doesn't give anybody a real glimpse into his personality, and it's worked so well for so long. But I think maybe at this point, no one's ever going to see it. So what are we doing? You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at with it.
No. Luckily, they made sure to do a theatrical release to make sure everyone will see this.
Like, no one's going to see it. There's a 750-page book. There's 10 years of Mark Maron. There's a 3-hour documentary by a very talented guy. Like, it's
there's like five different documentaries.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like unprecedented access to him acting the same way he's always acted. I just don't know if there's anything left. And I don't know if the heads even want this anymore unless they are literal, like, Hollywood freaks who cannot get enough. Like, I don't know who this is for at a certain point. Also because the show is, like, I think considered by most to be the worst it's ever been, which doesn't help sell a documentary about its creator and mastermind.
And then right when that happens, the UK spinoff comes out, and many are saying it is better. It's got more teeth. You can say fuck and shit and cum, and I kind of agree. What do you think?
I can't see it, so I don't know. They don't have, like, there's like 3 clips.
It's on Peacock.
You can. Peacock. Oh, I don't have Peacock, but the clips not being on YouTube is crazy.
Do you want me to add you onto my account?
That'd be great. I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff.
It's really easy with the Samsung smart home system. We'll talk offline.
I'm sure it is. I just
got a new TV yesterday, and I installed it on my wall. It took me about 14 seconds.
Oh, okay, big dick. All right.
Setup was a snap. I just wanted to rub it in because you're always having TV mounting problems.
Did you hire yourself on TaskRabbit, or did you do this for free?
My wife hired me to buy it and install it.
It'd be really cool. It'd be really cool if you made Carolyn. Your kink was her hiring you as a TaskRabbit, so you could show up to the house and like fix stuff. That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea.
I mean, in the not too distant future, I don't see that being too much of an act of fantasy or fiction. I think that's
just where we're going to be.
I think that may already exist at this very moment.
You're like, those boxes sure could use a move,
because there's so many of us men who are just like bitches, just shitty.
Don't talk about me to my face.
I'm not talking about you. No. We are good. But there's a lot of weak guys out there. The women out there, they're not into it. You throw on a little exterminate, little Orkin man.
The guys you're trying to fuck are going to readings instead of, you know what I mean? It's like, this is not.
This is why I live alone. I go to readings. I I go to Italy once a year, and I have all this leftover money that I'm saving to pay for guys to dress up as roofers or, whatever it is.
Come over and work on my shit. You know what's going to be good for men, I think, and the women actually. This is the best thing for you is the draft. You know what I mean? If they bring back the draft, all these fucking guys hanging out at Finelli's, at 3:00 in the afternoon wearing big pants and a fucking army hat are gonna actually have to go do something.
Yeah, they're gonna have to nut up like BTS.
They're gonna have to nut up. If BTS can go fight, then I think some of you fucking TikTokers can go fight. Take off the Buck Mason crop T-shirt and kill somebody.
BTS built like Ariana Grande, and they put in 4 years.
Bro, BTS literally built like a 2x4. Like they can't do shit. There's not a single muscle on their body.
Imagine how not dirty their fingernails are.
It's unbelievable. That's okay. Well, I want to hear more about why did you just need a bigger TV for all the streaming?
It was just I'm having like a electronics spring cleaning renaissance. But we got.
Hold on. Are you talking about what I said before? Are you having a tech refresh? Is that what we're doing? Are we?
I'm doing it. I'm not the whole suite, but there are select pieces from the collection are being updated.
Okay.
I'm not doing like a billionaire daughter. I went and bought a new desktop MacBook, iPad, headphones. I'm not getting the full suite.
Okay.
But just the TV we got when we first moved in, which was like 6 years ago now, 2019.
It's tiny. I mean, I thought about commenting on it because I was like, this is crazy, but I didn't want to, we're friends.
It's not tiny.
I'm joking.
We didn't get this. We're not like, because there's a certain point where the TV is too big and it's like you're a fucking virgin,
Don't talk about my man cave like that, bro. I love to watch NFL Red Zone package.
Once I have my own actual man cave or a home theater system or a bigger house in general, then maybe I'll get a bigger TV. But I don't know. There's just something a little chic about having like a big TV that's not like I play video games big. Or like I really care about the Marvel Cinematic Universe big.
Anything over 60 inches is getting into like I need friends territory. I think I really do believe that.
Because ironically you don't need to watch Friends that big.
No, so did you purchase this at Best Buy, Amazon? What was your purchase story?
Amazon.
Okay,
I had a Samsung. I think it's 55 or 60. I just took it off the wall mount, put the new one on. And then plugged the Sonos in, plugged the same power cable running through the wall. Didn't have to run anything.
That's nice.
Bing boom.
I love
Easy
that.
Peasy. The only downside is the TVs get lighter, they get cheaper, they get faster. But every year there's more bullshit on the home screen that you got to click through.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit on the home screen.
But also, they try to get you to like play video games on it. So like I got to click through fucking 17 things that say like I don't want to have Xbox 360 on my fucking TV, fam.
Okay, so you got this all set up quick because you're obviously, handy around the house. Mm-hmm. Did it take longer to dispose of the boxes and packaging than it did to hang up the TV?
Definitely. But okay. Amazon has a new thing where I think it's free, where you can select where the guys will come in, or girls or women will come into your house with the device, pull it out of the box, and then remove the box and all the shipping shit that you would throw away and take it with them.
Jesus,
they won't do anything else.
You're not getting that on bookshop.org, are you? Hell no. I'm going to make them do that shit.
No, but of course because I'm, doing my man cosplay, I went out and met him at the truck, and
I'll take it from here. I got it.
He was ready to unload it with a hand truck, and I said, no, I'm gonna come and it's only a 55, or I'm just gonna grab it like I bring my groceries in. And he said, wow, sir, I should be tipping you. And I said, no, it's all good.
It's all good. This is really where the fantasy starts. Okay, so so I guess my other question, because I find sound bars to be sort of incel-y. Mm-hmm, like I find additional speakers for a television to be a little bit like, here's my 1,000 Blu-rays type vibe. Mm-hmm. Like it's a little too ringer coded for me. But are you watching, like, what are you watching that you think benefits from a sound bar?
Everything.
Do you need it that loud?
I don't know. It's not a loudness thing. It's just a better thing,
Yeah, I don't care.
Even when it's just dialogue, you can get just more of, you know, the low end, the mid end, and the high end, and it just fills the room. So you could hear it better without having the volume as loud, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I believe that. I just don't. I can't begin to care about.
But no, I mean,
when I'm watching Lauren Tsai and Robbie Hoffman on HBO's Rooster, I can hear it just fine. Okay, I don't need the help of a Sonos.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
But I just find I see those in houses, and I'm always like, I don't. It's just I get what you're saying though. You can have the volume basically lower, but everything is more clear because the quality is better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also the person who lived in our house before, they built a little inlay in the living room to put the subwoofer. So the subwoofer sits right in there. We built a little mini curtain that covers it up in case I need to access it.
You got to reset the sub.
You got to reset the sub for when, you know, I put on my Italian jazz cooking playlist for our dinner parties or whatever. I got to recalibrate the whole fucking thing.
Super annoying, but whatever. The curtain's there.
Yeah, we're 15 years into Sonos, and they still haven't figured out how to make it work.
That's big for
Sonos.
One of the greatest companies with the worst interfaces to ever. It's an unbelievable marvel how well they've been able to do with that interface, and I'm honestly impressed by it at a certain point.
It's a monopoly.
It is.
All it takes is one person. I guess Apple's trying to do it forever.
I don't have any Sonos in my house right now. Now that I think about it,
I got too much.
That's actually kind of crazy. I feel like I used to, but I got these speakers. That brand Adsum collaborated with this brand Elac. That's like real shit.
Oh, I know. I was trying to steal those from you last year.
Oh, they just did a portable one too. That's really great. So now I got the home, and I use it occasionally. It's more of an Alex thing. I listen to music on my computer like a normal person. I don't care.
Some people are fine with Taco Bell, you know?
Yeah, I know.
No.
Yeah. You're okay.
No.
Well, I wanted to talk
I hate
to you.
Taco Bell.
I wanted to talk to you about food actually, because I went to Ed Cummins was in town, and he's writing a few different stories, but he was doing like a power New York power lunch story for I don't remember, anyway, whatever. He's doing a New York power lunch thing, and he was like, let's get lunch. Where should we go? And I'm like, well, these are the only places that I really think are popping like that. You know, I was the Odeon, Balthazar, and Michael's. I was like, those are the only places that are really popping like that. But like, maybe there's stuff I don't know about. And then he sent me some Greek place I'd never heard of that his friend suggested. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'm sure this is like popping. I just don't know about it because it's not my industry.
New York's a big town.
And then the major food group hit him with he'd never been to the Grill. And I was like, oh, we got to go to the Grill. It's like actually, it's in the Four Seasons. That's the OG power lunch spot. So we went there yesterday for lunch, and I'd never been there for lunch. I've only been there for dinner, and I always found it a little fussy. And the lunch was, I've never seen a room filled with people that looked so much alike in my entire life. It was almost like it was like every guy had a white shirt and a blazer on. It was extremely uniform in a way that I kind of liked. But my point, what I'm getting at is the lunch specials. There was a roast beef sandwich that looked like I'd never wanted to eat meat more in my life. It looked it looked unbelievable. It was just stacked high. It looked like it's gourmet Arby's, of course, but still it looked good. And I think it was a reasonable price, but there was an omelet. The omelet du jour was on the menu.
Sure.
And I went for it, and it was...
Were mushrooms in play?
There was a seasonal mushroom. There was, of course, asparagus, and there was Parmesan, and it was very flat. It was just flat on the plate. It was more...
Not flavor-wise, you mean architecturally speaking?
Architecturally speaking, it wasn't folded like an omelet would be traditionally in my mind. It was it looked more like a frittata, but thin. You know what I mean? It looked more... and it was absolutely unreal. Absolutely worth $50.
$50 for the omelet.
I think it was $50. Luckily, I didn't have to pay, but I think it was like a $48 omelet, and it was fucking banging. It was so good.
Love it.
And there was a chopped salad that was delicious. It was just a very, very, very good lunch, and I was very happy that it worked out. And Ed loved it, and he'd never been there, so it was a real win.
What a good British name for an article. A very good lunch.
And Ed had to have a glass of white or two. You know what I'm saying? That those guys operate.
Yeah, I mean the white to pair with the selection of continental hams that he likely ordered, or the season's bounty of crudités.
He had a chicken, but there was literally a table of 12 guys that looked like they were cut from the same piece of paper. And before Ed got there, I was listening to him, and it was one guy talking about how he's super into boating, And this year they took it from Montauk to Florida, and they're spending more time there.
That is
and
awesome.
he must have been the boss, because everyone was just shut up and listening to him in a way that I was like, dude, this guy's boring the fuck out of me. And I can't imagine what you have to deal with if you have to listen to him like this. It was so funny. But that omelet really did.
I just pulled it up.
Why
Omelet du jour, $29.
Oh, okay. That's not. I thought it was more.
That's Balthazar price. The veal schnitzel, on the other hand, is a nice 80. Black truffle ravioli, 32. That's cheap.
That is cheap. Can I?
I'm sure the portion size is altered, but yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask a question though about the form factor? Like, what is the? I just always thought an omelet. I mean, I know there's different styles. And I know you've been working on your Japanese omelet, the fluffy one. And I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But what is this style of sort of just flat? Like, what is that? Is there a name for that, or is that just like? Is that something normal?
I think it's like white woman omelets, maybe.
I just it looks. I will say it kind of looks more appealing to me.
Right. I mean, I guess the way they're doing it, just if it's more fluffy, then that means it's like more egg product and maybe a smaller pan, so it has a little more volume.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then the flatter ones, larger pan or less egg, or a combination of the two. So it just kind of like you're building a giant one-story building instead of a tiny skyscraper.
It's an aesthetic decision, though. It doesn't. I mean,
it affects the mouthfeel greatly as well.
That's true. I just preferred it so much. I'd never thought about it before. I don't know. I don't know.
You think of it as like a fat tomahawk steak, or like thin like carne asada flat meat. It's both beef, both taste good, but they got different chews in the mouth.
Yes, of course. Mouthfeel is I know it's very important.
Yeah, and speaking of chews in the mouth, Mr. Chow in Tribeca closing down, huh?
I told you. I mean, look, I know that the business ain't blowing the doors off over there by any means, but it's been open for a long time, and Alex and I go there. We probably go there, whatever, that location, I don't know, 5 or 6 times a year, probably, maybe more, depending.
So you were the 5.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's like if you go there on a weeknight at 8:00, it's pretty busy. It's not like a dead, it's not like it's fucking line out the door some new cool guy shit. It's not another British pub opening in America, but it's like it's busy enough. I would assume. I mean, obviously, it's probably just a rent situation. I would imagine that's what it always is.
Yeah, usually a rent situation, someone's going to buy the building and turn it into a live work.
Because that corner, I mean, it's a prime Tribeca corner. You know what I mean? Like something could really pump there.
I'm going to turn that into my cold plunge.
Yeah. It's very
cold
much
plunge residential community.
It's very much we're gonna, but it's in it. I don't know. I was just surprised. I mean, obviously, like a restaurant closing is not surprising in any way. But I was gonna add. There's a new pub here from the whatchamacallit people, King people, the restaurant for women called Dean's. That's really popping.
Is it a pub for women?
I'm unclear. I've heard it's very good from everyone that's been there. I have not been there yet. What's the place in LA that you keep talking about that you like?
Wilds,
yeah, I like it. There's really, but I was talking to Ed about this yesterday since I had an expert, and he was like, it's funny because he's like, if you talk to my parents' generation and you told them you're going to eat in a pub, they'd be like, you're disgusting. What do they have there? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, so it's sort of like we've sort of taken like American bar food and like it's now become a thing, and so we've added like fish and chips to a burger and wings, and it's sort of like British pub food now.
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty interesting.
I like it. It's sort of like to me in London or in England, the pub culture is like a fast casual drinking. Like I'm gonna drink. I want to be able to eat a little food if I want. Get up, order it at the bar. Bring it to my. It's casual. It's not. Have you dined with us before? You can go out and have a cigarette. I think it's getting less casual, but yes, it is. Bring your computer, have a meeting, whatever, hang out. So it's a little more like open-ended of a meal, but it's nice. People just like the open-endedness of bars in America, where the only thing to eat would be like a pickled egg or some community popcorn. And now it's like, oh, do you want an anchovy stuffed olive slider?
That's what I'm saying. It used to be like for us to get a liquor license, we have to sell like hot dogs. You know what I mean? And that used to be. But I was thinking about this because I used to like during my early 20s, like your friends work. We would eat there. I mean, the best veggie burger. One of my favorite veggie burgers in the world is at a bar in Atlanta called the Righteous Room that I still go to. Or like we would eat a falafel at the local. We would eat at bars really often, and it was sort of like But you're right. It was because it was just casual. That was the whole thing. It was like
casual, and usually the food is cheaper as a means of making you order more alcohol, so the profit margins are good.
Yeah, true.
So get you a little $3 grilled cheese sandwich, slider, nacho combo, and then that's 7 more Jack and Cokes.
Yeah, now it's like a pigeon, roasted pigeon with the side of broccoli.
Now it's an ortolan for 7.
I mean, I do think it seems
reservations for 2028 are filling up fast.
We still
at the old Arms.
We did move over to Open Table. They offered us $250,000, so we are taking reservations for 2029 now. So it's great doing business with you guys. Yeah, I guess I was like the way that the pubs are charming, and I think that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And so now the kind of cuisine is almost not the point. It's about being inside of there.
Mm-hmm. And a pub, even though it is casual, we don't need to bring the dog in there, do we?
Dude, if I see, I sent you guys this because I feel like this story's been written 10 times in the last 5 years, but Curbed wrote, "Where does a dog belong? In restaurants and grocery stores, tension between canine lovers and other New Yorkers are boiling over." And I don't mean to boast, but I've been on the front lines of this battle since I can remember as a animal hater.
We've discussed this often.
I mean, seeing a cute dog on an Instagram video is one thing. You can't smell it. There's no hair. It doesn't slobber. It doesn't bite. But
he's eating that hot dog at the Mets game, and that's okay with me.
Exactly.
But what if you're sitting next to it? It's shitting and pissing. We're on my peanut shells.
In LA, it's disgusting, but at least people have houses and yards and cars, so it's a little bit less in your face in some ways.
Don't put this on LA. It's everywhere.
It is everywhere, but LA is the most
everywhere.
LA is the most dogs I've ever seen in my life on a daily basis.
Well, thank you.
By far. Ooh, number one again. But the New York is like getting, and I think it's getting to the point now where it's so contentious that finally people will say something, and I think I'm about to move into that category.
Okay. Have you rehearsed in the bathroom mirror what goes down if if somebody steps to you? I
mean, if you step to me because you need to have your dog inside of a restaurant that bad, then you deserve to get duffed. That's the thing. I don't think that like bringing it.
Is it a shame or is it a duff?
I mean, I don't think pet owners have shame. That's the problem. I think pet owners think that their pet is a human and that it doesn't matter what it does or how it makes anyone feel as long as they get to bring their little friend with them everywhere they go.
So your stance on this matter is akin to if you see a Nazi, punch a Nazi kind of thing. There's no negotiation, there's no talking, only violence.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that I'm going to say that I think that it comes down to everything else. It's like when someone's listening to fucking music with no headphones on and no one's going to say anything because they don't want to get in a fight or have this. It's like we kind of have to start saying something because where else is it going to go from here?
Yeah.
Like how far does it go before it's just like there are dogs, everywhere. There's a dog at the gym. And some guys listen to his JBL speaker next to you on a plane. Like I don't know where the line is. That's the issue I think we're having is that everybody's like weirdly we're living through the rudest, shittiest moment in the history of time, but also people are afraid to say when something bothers them when it's clearly a public nuisance.
An allegory for many issues in the world today in the dog issue. I believe that obviously human beings do need their public service animal situation. If you are disabled and this animal helps you get around in the world, we're not talking about that at all. It's the people that abuse the laws and
the service animal is obviously a scam. Like it's a game that if you pay enough for it, they'll give you the pass and you can do whatever you want.
Well, here's my theory. Here's my idea, because you can see, either one, you can see the person has a clearly
of course
visible. They're blind, they're handicapped, whatever. They need this dog to get around in the world, and the dog looks like a dog that is currently on the clock, not a dog that is leaning against the wall looking at his phone. This dog is alert. This dog is saving this person's life. This dog is, this dog knows CPR. This dog has a higher IQ than me. This dog has the vest on that says, "Do not pet me. I'm working. I'm on the clock." It's a uniformed employee that is currently on the clock. If you look like that, and you bring your dog around, no one's going to have a problem. So
Definitely not.
If you're the type of person that abuses the system, like, oh, I have insomnia, so that's why my Great Dane has to come, inside, come on the airplane with me or whatever. I think it's okay to do that, but you can't just be some dumb guy on his phone in his aloe sweats, acting like he can just do whatever he wants to do because he got this little paperwork and paid $70 and now he has the right to bring in this service animal. It's the same people who abuse the handicap parking stickers or whatever.
Yeah, like I got my granddad's handicap sticker for my Porsche.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, it's the Montana platesification of the system. So if you want to bring your dog on the plane, your dog has to wear the fucking full kit. It has to wear, you can't have the regular leash. You have to have the blind motherfucker leash. Got to have patches on it. Got to have, all kinds of stuff. I need to see the stripes and the ranking of this dog. And if you are not blind, you got to act blind the whole flight. You got to act disabled. You have to look like you need this the whole flight. I think
we should, yeah.
You don't get to come. You
got to go Stevie mode, or
you don't get to bring your 3 huskies into Balthazar unless the whole meal you look like you are in need of this assistance.
You got to have 2 broken legs.
Otherwise, we kick you out.
You got to have 2 broken legs if the Chow Chow's in Meadow Lane. That's it. That's it for me.
Otherwise, Keith McNally's hot 22-year-old son's coming over the bar and said, "Man, I'm sorry, I got to get these 3 huskies out of here."
I love that this debate is still raging on because I famously said that if we're going to say all cops are bastards, then that also means the dogs that work for them. And I think that I still stand by that. But I did unfortunately see a video on Instagram of a dog,
ACAB canine,
a dog giving full CPR to someone, jumping on their chest, and unfortunately, it was very
cute.
It was very impressive, and I was impressed with that particular dog and his skills, and he did save a human. There's value to dogs. I know that they're cute. I know that they give people like warm, fuzzy feelings or whatever because they're empty, but I don't think we need to see them everywhere we go. And I'm surprised this debate is still raging on. This post has 200 comments already. 200 comments, Jason. It's not a game.
Yeah. I haven't read it all the way yet. I tried to listen to it, but then I got an ad blocker on my Speechify.
Have you been following the Masters, the most prestigious golf tournament in the world that takes place in Augusta, Georgia?
Hell no,
dude. It's so the Masters is a fame. Obviously it's this historic thing. It has a lot of decorum. It's very serious. It's it's very buttoned up. And this year,
no blacks allowed, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, not anymore. They've made an improvement on that, but probably in the last 20 years, which doesn't really bode well for them. But people are. It's obviously there's a pimento cheese sandwich that's famous. Malbon Golf is releasing the ugliest clothes you've ever seen in your life, and people are saying it's good. But there was this thing with ESPN brought Pat McAfee, Jason Kelsey, Bert Kreischer, and Kevin Hart. And people are just
squad.
They're basically like, this has gone too far. Fuck this. Not the Masters. Like, everything cannot be a bozo convention of fucking influencers and comedians and content creators. Like, we got to cut this shit out.
Keep that shit at Waste Management.
Exactly. So I'm going to see if, because I know David Coggins and Michael Williams are boots on the ground. So I'm trying to see if they can sort of do some.
Yeah, guys, you guys got to shoot a new photo for your Masters. You post it every year. It's a great pic. You guys look amazing by the tree, but we got to re-up it.
We got. Well, I want Coggins and Michael kind of go up there and their barbers and dump some Coors Light on these bozos' heads. See what happens. You know what I mean? Because what happened? Like Bert Kreischer.
ACAB applies to Bert Kreischer as well. The B in ACAB stands for Bert.
ACAB does No, but I thought it was so funny that a golf tournament, a sport that is, I would not always, but often played by people who I would say aren't the most
spit it out.
Like they don't. It doesn't seem like a sport that is now played by people who care about shit like this. Like the obviously the history of it is very like tennis. It's like sort of buttoned up and serious and country club and blah blah blah. But for these guys online that are like, I don't know, man. They're just really standing up for what's right, and I'm shocked to see it in this forum.
Well, I mean, I guess I would be, because if you have this sport that golf, and you're in your own little corner in your own little world, and you like it that way, and you have your own stars and personalities, and then one year, I was reading a tweet, friend of the show Andrews, he reposted someone, Grant Hughes, the YouTube barstoolification of the Masters is so cringy. And there's some photo, so basically we have all these amazing stars and champions and winners, and then NBC or whoever is like, nah, Jason Kelsey instead. He's gonna put on the funny golf clothes and walk around with his beer belly with Bert Kreischer, and that's going to get more ratings. So I would be
Kevin
bummed
Hart
if,
dressing up
can we have one thing, guys?
Like Kevin Hart dressing up like a caddy is just like, I don't know if we need that. I just don't know if we need that. Even though the suit is a child size, and that probably made it easier. I just don't know if this is the kind of content. Maybe it's doing numbers. But the thing about it is the Masters, it historically makes like an unbelievable amount of money on merchandise and blah blah blah. But now you're seeing the merchandise is even being bastardized, and it's like it's just sort of everything's going down the toilet.
I'm looking at one. There's a hat that says Masters Tournament, but it just kind of looks like a Sporty and Rich logo. There's a one that says Pimento Azalea now driving the Amen corner, so you can get these like ironic dad hats with Masters slogans on them. Yeah,
like wearing a pimento cheese Masters hat. Like, bro, go on eBay and find one from '98.
I mean, I would be bummed if I was a huge golf head for years and my dad's daddy went to the Masters and blah, blah, blah. And then you just see it get fucked out by...
I really want to go. I don't know why. I really want to go.
What else is sacred nowadays?
I just think that also Augusta is such a dump. Like it's like there's also this whole thing going on, I guess, where people can rent their houses for like $100,000 for the week because there's no hotel infrastructure in Augusta because it's a dump. It's not a city anybody wants to go to.
Just like Coachella this weekend.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of, except everybody's a little fatter.
My villa fell through, you guys. Yeah, there's a whole Coachella thing right now where all the people that bought secured their Airbnb rentals like a year in advance when the lineup first came out. They all got their shit canceled. Oh. Like a week ago, they all got their shit canceled, and everyone started listing the houses for like 10 times more money than they were a year ago and fucking everyone over.
Do you think Airbnb is involved in this? Not to get into your third eye, but...
Ooh, I didn't even consider that, Chris. Very nice.
While we've been recording, I got an email alert that I thought was something you would care about. Global icon and longtime anime fan The Weeknd is presenting at the 10th annual Crunchyroll Anime Awards.
Yes.
So
I heard rumors about this, but
okay, I know you've been tracking this on your Reddit threads and stuff, but yes, The Weeknd is presenting. What is Crunchyroll? I keep seeing this a lot.
I think it's a streaming service for anime.
Oh my god. Okay, I thought for some reason it was a gi for MMA. But I guess that's Shoyo roll. So that's kind of where my head went.
Roll.
No offense to my sober brothers.
Never.
But I okay. So I didn't know. It's crazy to me that The Weeknd, that's a big get for the Anime Awards. He's a giant.
It's a very
superstar,
big get, and it's a good reminder that your favorite guy or girl, person who invented sex, and he's the sexiest, horniest, coolest guy of all time.
Yeah, where's Glass Table Girls now?
Is streaming Demon Slayer season 7 and watching fucking...
There's nothing on earth that could ever make anime acceptable for a grown man. I don't care how much you're jerking off. I don't care if you make it for a living. I just don't know how. The Weeknd, like that's some shameless. I don't give a fuck. I love this shit so much. Where do you guys want me to be? I'll pay for my own PJ.
Reminds me of when Bad Bunny hosted the Pornhub Awards many years ago.
Well, that felt like there might be a little upside for him.
He did it. Well, that's what I'm saying. He loves the game so much. He was just happy to be there.
I see. He know
what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Whatever paltry sum they would offer him would be. Would not matter whatsoever.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, it's a classic. There's no amount you could pay me. I have to want.
Bad Bunny, we got 3,500 set aside for you if you want to confirm today.
He wasn't big then, but he was bigger than 3,500. I think we can definitely.
And he's like, oh, does that include the fitting day too, or is that because I usually get 400 for that?
I get paid for my flight days, my travel days, so this isn't working for me.
I remember that recently because I had an old tweet that said, "Are you a bad enough bunny to host the Pornhub Awards?"
Wow, good. Okay, Jason, not bad.
Oh, you like that?
I love some of your old tweets. Every time you always bring up the taco stuff, and I'm always like, "That's so funny." And then I can't,
like Twitter 1.0 posting.
Yeah, and I always am like, I need other examples, and this is a great. This is not that long ago, but it's long enough ago to add it to the rafters of them jeans tweets.
Yeah. probably 8 years ago, something like that.
Something like
right
that.
when Bad Bunny first dropped.
That's a long time ago.
I have some screenshots saved of some of our great classic old tweets, and none of those need to be read out loud or posted online.
I mean, look, I know. I'm just glad the medium still exists, man. I was talking last night. I went to a dinner. Gabriella is now like she got some job with Depop, and they threw a dinner at Indochine. And I was talking to Lynette and Amelia about how far are we from Substack. Like, how far are we from like a Substack OnlyFans vibe?
Go on.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how far are we from like that? Like, basically, like, I have a Substack because I don't want to be on OnlyFans, but I'm just showing pussy. And
like how long until Substack has adult content? Like when Substack goes Tumblr and there's like a 4-year period where it's a gray area before they shut it down.
But apparently there is a lot of like sex stuff, but it's like more advice. It's like advice columns and like product recommendations.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
it's not
romance and
fully,
erotica are a huge genre, and I'm sure they're
rising category. But I was just like, I wonder. And then this morning there's a Vanity Fair story. Can OnlyFans save fashion? The content subscription platform has been hosting iconic classic fashion designers. With sex back on the runway and increasingly challenged retail landscape, is OnlyFans fashion's next frontier?
Like why pay for Vogue Runway when I could see all the looks on OnlyFans and then hit a button and have Grok take their clothes off? Okay.
I haven't read this yet, but it's a designer I've never heard about launched an OnlyFans, which is a good strategy to get eyeballs. But I was just like, wow, I wonder where Substack will draw the line. If people start jumping ship, are they going to have to show titty to keep the lights on over there as Beehive just beats him up?
Well, I mean,
Beehive with the body shots.
Will Substack, because you have to do, I'm sure there's rules and laws about nudity on the internet and things like that. So
of course,
will Substack be able to? I mean, I guess 3 routes. You either just don't participate whatsoever, you do participate and have the Substack XXX tab at the top right of your login or whatever, or you have to start an independent vertical with a different name and a branding, you know what I mean? Whatever it's called.
Oh man, wouldn't it be amazing if there was an XXX tab on Substack? You're just looking through. I'm like, oh, Brooks, that restaurant in Northern California looks amazing. Oh wow, oh my goodness, that's amazing advice, Amelia. You're right. I should buy those cargo pants.
Our Q&A with the Girth Master is tomorrow at 4 p.m. EST.
Hold on.
Send in your questions for that.
You're saying Jake Wolf found a new trench coat that I should buy? And wait, hold on. And we got titties over here. This is crazy. This is worth.
Jake Wolf has a new trench coat, and if you do 70 a month, he'll show you what it looks like on the floor.
He'll open that shit. It's a funny idea because at the core, the internet runs on this stuff. You know what I mean? Now that we're in a subscription-based society, the only two things, sex and nudity are the two things that move the needle. And I think Tumblr learned that the hard way.
And all of our jobs are being replaced by robots and AI. So the only human-based economy in the near future will be paying and subscribing and receiving subscription money from our friends. It's a real kind of barter system, I guess.
It's going to turn into I'll trade.
The only people we will all have Substack OnlyFans is.
Yeah.
That's going to be the only thing we spend our money on and the only way we make money. The clothes are free from the brand. It's just a marketing expense.
I'll trade you some corn for some milk. It's getting to that. It's getting to that point with the content in the content creation space. Look, my peas are really good this season. So if you have
my Chrome extension for Cornhub. That's where I do all of my cob trading.
If you have any citrus, I will be able to trade you. Let me just look at the numbers real quick. Just let me check the numbers.
Yeah, I've got a bushel of Granny Smiths for anyone in the area. They have to be uncut though, just to let you know.
I'm not doing not penetration for sumos. Those are not my favorite. I'm not gonna be able to.
I'm not that desperate, honey. Come find me at the end of the month.
I'm not that desperate. I'll see you at the farmer's market.
Also, speaking of the Strokes record, another damning fact about it: Rick Rubin produced it.
I know, which I was just sort of surprised. I don't know. I was just sort of like,
because I know Julian is on top of the net, and I know he's basically a socialist libertarian kind of guy. He knows that Rick Rubin has dinner with the Kushners and shit, like you'd think he would have a little more something. Would love to get him on the pod to chat about it.
We've tried for 3 years, and every time it doesn't work out. Even when they tell me it's going to work out, and we got a date, it doesn't work out. But
I don't blame him.
I don't know if we could do an hour with him. To be honest with you, I don't know. I can't tell if he's verbal. Like I can't tell if he's. I feel like he can only sing. Which is
sounds
great,
like a Chappelle show skit.
He's
I like
a very talented singer. Thank God.
Look, if we could we've climbed Mascus Mountain. We could do anything.
No, of course. I'm kidding, but I just mean like I feel like
he invented nonverbal.
He's one of those guys who's like, I'm not doing anything, and everybody on the team is like, yes, sir, whatever you say. Sure. That's the vibe. But I mean, I do think he's one of our greats, and I hope that he continues to age well-ish. I feel like he's doing better than we thought he would do, but not quite as good as we would like him to be.
Yeah, and but because you want that sweet spot of our kind of like problematic, sleazy, hot dirtbag guys. The proud out there. You got to wave the flag and keep it pumping.
Yeah, but it's tough when you're older.
It's a lot easier than when you're an older, but you're a woman.
That's also true. But we got the help or whatever. You know what I mean?
Give it up for my ladies out there. Yeah, because unfortunately the female version of Julian Casablancas is not in terms of looks and fuckability, but just kind of trajectory, age, and fashion. You get a Natasha Lyonne character. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm worried about her, bro. That shit is like, because she relapsed. That's like what's going on.
New York Post, your New York Post, 2 hours ago, Natasha Lyonne escorted off her Delta flight after.
Dude,
flying back home from the Euphoria premiere.
Yeah, I mean the Euphoria premiere is that what a red carpet that was. I was happy to see. Everything now is just a side by side of someone being like, I cannot believe they look like this now. And I was like, that this show's been on for a long. Like some of this is probably real. Mm-hmm. Like some of this shit ain't. You know what I mean? Like it's like these people.
Like some of it is clearly GLP-1s, buccal fat removal, and some of it is like, oh, this bitch was 17 when it first started, and now she's 32, so like the face is gonna look different.
That's what I mean. There's obviously.
I need you to weigh in on the Alexa Demi face, then, Chris.
I don't even know who that is. Like I really don't.
Damn.
I've never
Tell
watched
me you
Euphoria.
Don't like fuck with Latinas.
I've never watched Euphoria. I never will. No, I'm not, just because I feel like you're not in on that.
I've never watched it either, but I'm familiar with their work.
I'm sure you are, little freak. That's what I'm saying. I look at pictures of dogs saving lives. You're looking at thick Latinas. That's the difference on our timelines, big bro.
Ain't thick no more, brother, man.
I don't.
No more.
But I don't think that. I think that the buccal fat removal thing, that's like real surgery. I don't know if everybody's doing that.
Okay, do you think Miley did it? Because the people that all have it, the face has a look that is sort of.
But does it look bad
across all bodies? It doesn't look bad, but it looks.
Olivia Wilde's getting it from every angle.
Well,
let her live, bro.
Because her BMI is 0.3. That's why, but it is a big procedure, I'm sure, and all that stuff. But I think it turns somebody from like a human into like a painting of a human. It crosses that weird little uncanny valley where like you look good, but at what cost?
I just don't know what people expected to happen after we went so far. This is how the world works. It's called whiplash. And this is what you go the other way, where you're putting.
It's use and it's abuse. We can all use things correctly, and some of us are not able to use things correctly.
People look kind of crazy, but it's a reaction to 3 years ago where no one was allowed to look like this. You know what I mean? This is what happens. It's not good either way. Is the problem. The middle ground is what is good, but we of course cannot land on that. Mm-hmm. That would be impossible. That would be impossible to just be like sort of healthy. Or whatever. You have to either be 400 pounds or look like you're about to die. There's no acceptable
the destruction
ground.
of the middle class of bodies.
It's just crazy. It's just honestly crazy. Like that's why when you see somebody who just looks like hot and normal, especially like a little bit athletic, it's like it is refreshing.
Yeah.
It is refreshing.
Got it out the mud.
It is refreshing.
We hope things go well for Natasha, even though she's a bitch.
Yeah, I
I want her to find safety, and
I hope that's what people say about me. We hope it goes well for that bitch.
No, they do say it about you, but they use bitch in the different form.
I see.
Different definition of the word.
Pray for Offset. Like, let's get these debts handled. You put 900,000 on Cardi's MX. Like, you got shot by a guy that nobody even knows. You got to pray for Offset. We got to get you in rehab, brother. People got you. Yo, drugs are the problem. Drugs and alcohol are a problem, and gambling's even maybe worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, everyone says gambling is worse because it's a silent problem that nobody know. You know, when somebody's fucked up on drugs or alcohol, it's pretty clear. But
nah, bro,
you can get in the hole.
No, that wasn't me.
All your kids, college fund.
I never nodded out at dimes. What are you fucking talking about? That wasn't me.
That wasn't me. Out at dimes.
I never nodded out at dimes.
Let's get the girls out then. Okay, well, I want to talk to you about outer space, Chris.
Well, we're wrapping up.
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, you don't care about space. I'm not really a space junkie myself, but I was talking to you and Cho earlier about how I thought obviously the photos from the Artemis 2 mission are cool looking and blah blah blah. You know, in the age of computer graphics and AI, it's maybe it's not as amazing looking because you could tell me that is a drawing or that's a real photo, and I would not be able to tell the difference. But I think the doubts of the world about space travel and us landing on the moon and like the amount that we give a shit, like we don't really care about it anymore outside of like a small sector. What percentage of people in 2026 do you think still believe we landed on the moon 50 years ago?
I think most people do.
Yeah.
I think most people do. I mean, I looked at those pictures against my will, and of course, they look cool, I guess. But I just liking space just doesn't like. What's the point? I think people believe we landed on the moon. I think people love those pictures. So where do we go from here? Mm-hmm. You saw pictures of what you've been told existed your entire life. Where's the surprise? Where's the like what I like I'm just like, oh, Uranus looks like I was like, oh shit, there's really rings around Saturn. You don't fucking say. They told me that my whole life. I mean that fact that we're able to take that picture and the human innovation and the technological innovation that it requires is obviously breathtaking. But I can't like watching that live on Netflix. Like get a grip. Mm-hmm. Like who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I like you said, the technological advancement part of it. I think that's good, and I think that's awesome. And it's more so, you know, they're doing the long game, planting the slow seeds for future generations to finally maybe do it one day. But I mean, obviously, I'm not the smartest person. I don't know anything about this, but
don't say that, Jason. Don't say that.
It's really
people that know that much about space. Anybody with the NASA hoodie, they ain't smart either, bro.
They're talking, I know, but they're talking.
They chose
about
to focus on something else.
How difficult it was last week to fly this, you know, to time our spaceship to go all the way over and hit this moving object, you know, light years away, and do a loop around it and come back home. And how crazy we're only 5,000 miles away from it. And I'm like, so how did we do that 50 years ago?
Bro, I don't give a fuck.
Landed on that bitch. I don't give a fuck about zero technology.
Bro, feed the homeless. Like stop using this money on this dumb shit. Who gives a fuck about this? Like what literally, like who cares? This does not affect us in any way except, you know, it's shock and awe and impressive for like nerds and New York Times subscribers. There's no upside to this at all. Whereas the amount of money being spent on exploring space could really be spent on bettering the human race.
No, I agree with you, especially in these trying times of war and famine, and we have a lot of issues here on planet Earth that need to be fixed before we see what's popping with Pluto. But I don't know. I think when the world is exploring
it's a good distraction.
Space, I mean, it's a good distraction, but I think it's a sign that life is going well on planet Earth when we're being considerate and we're caring about our place in the future and our future generations and exploring science and our existence. It's nice to have the ability to do that and not have, you know, whatever warheads raining down on you or trying to figure out if you should buy cigarettes or dinner.
Got to pick one. How Long Gone? Thank you for listening. HowLongGone.com is the website. LA next week. We're doing our event with Paul Smith. If you got the invite, we'll see you on the 15th. And we are doing the Hanover pop-up on the 16th to the 18th at Castle, a gallery in Hollywood. More info on that will be on the World Wide Web soon. And Jason, did you get your look yet for the Paul Smith? Did you go yet?
My fitting is tomorrow. You said you went gray pinstripe?
Yeah, they had a nice double-breasted pinstripe that I was. I just had to take it in, just a nip here and there. It was pretty great.
Oh, very nice. I was really when I was talking to you and Al and Polly about our suit sizing, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm a bitch. I need to bulk up.
What are you, 42?
42 long, extra long.
And the rest of us were 46?
46, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a pretty 46 with a little. It's not off the rack. I need a little bit of nipping and tucking, but overall, that's definitely what I would tell people.
We don't buy off the rack,
but you do need to bulk up. But that's a different. I mean, we don't have time for that. We just finished an hour.
No, the bulk is happening. I'm getting a little bulkier by the day.
I'm joking.
Pilates isn't helping.
I think your string bean figure is part of your charm and personality. I wouldn't want you to get too bulky.
I don't think that's physically possible on planet Earth. Don't worry.
You're like, hey, don't worry. I couldn't do that if I wanted to.
It'd be good. No, I think it'll be fine. You can go up another 5 on those pull-ups.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening, and we will talk to you next week.
Au revoir.
Like a tiger, they will chase you.